Welcome, scholars. In this lecture, we will learn about the research process, which is the systematic sequence of activities followed by a researcher to conduct a scientific study. In the previous lectures, we discussed the meaning of research and the different types of research. Now, we will understand how research is actually carried out from the beginning until the final report is completed. The research process can be understood as a roadmap that guides researchers toward achieving their objectives. Just as a traveler follows a map to reach a destination, a researcher follows a series of well-planned steps to answer a research question or solve a problem. These steps ensure that the study is organized, reliable, and scientifically valid. The first step in the research process is the identification of a research problem. Every research study begins with a problem, question, or issue that requires investigation. A researcher may observe a situation, notice a gap in existing knowledge, or encounter a practical problem that needs a solution. For example, a teacher may notice that students are losing interest in reading books. This observation can become a research problem. Without a clearly defined problem, research cannot proceed. Once the research problem has been identified, the next step is the review of literature. Literature refers to books, journal articles, research papers, reports, theses, and other scholarly sources related to the topic. By reviewing previous studies, researchers understand what has already been discovered, what theories exist, and what gaps remain unanswered. For example, if a researcher wants to study the impact of social media on academic performance, reviewing previous literature helps. After reviewing the literature, the researcher moves to the formulation of research objectives and research questions. Research objectives explain what the researcher intends to achieve, while research questions specify the issues that need answers. For example, a study on online learning may have an objective to examine student satisfaction, and a research question, such as, how does online learning affect student engagement? Clear objectives and questions provide direction to the entire study. In many studies, especially quantitative research, the researcher also develops a hypothesis. A hypothesis is a tentative statement or prediction about the relationship between variables. It is not a final conclusion, but a proposition that will be tested through research. For example, a researcher may hypothesize that students who spend more time reading academic material achieve higher grades than those who spend less time reading. The purpose of research is to determine whether this prediction is. The next step is the research design. Research design is the overall plan or blueprint of the study. It specifies how data will be collected, from whom data will be collected, what methods will be used, and how the data will be analyzed. A well-designed research plan ensures that the study remains focused and systematic. For example, a researcher may decide to conduct a survey among university students using questionnaires. These decisions form part of the research design. After preparing the research design, the researcher selects a sample. In many cases, it is impossible to study an entire population because of time, cost, and resource limitations. Therefore, researchers select a smaller group known as a sample. For example, if a researcher wants to study the opinions of 10,000 university students, it may be more practical to collect data from 500 students selected scientifically. The sample should represent the larger population accurately. Next stage is data collection. Data collection involves gathering information relevant to the research problem. Researchers may use various methods such as questionnaires, interviews, observations, experiments, focus groups, or document analysis. The choice of method depends on the research objectives and design. For example, a study examining student attitudes may use questionnaires, while a study exploring personal experiences may use interviews. The quality of research largely. Once data has been collected, the researcher proceeds to data organization and data processing. Raw data is often unorganized and difficult to interpret. Therefore, researchers classify, code, and arrange the data in a systematic manner. In quantitative research, numerical data may be entered into statistical software. In qualitative research, interview responses may be grouped into themes and categories. Proper organization makes analysis easier and more accurate. Next important step is data analysis. This stage involves examining the collected data to identify patterns, trends, relationships, and meaning. In quantitative research, statistical techniques such as percentages, averages, correlation, and regression may be used. In qualitative research, researchers analyze themes, narratives, and observations. For example, a researcher studying student performance may calculate average examination scores and compare different groups of students. After analysis comes interpretation of results. Interpretation means explaining the significance of the finding. The researcher examines what the results mean and how they relate to the research objectives, research question, and existing literature. For instance, if the analysis reveals that students who actively participate in class perform better academically, the researcher interprets this finding and explains its educational implication. Interpretation requires critical thinking and logic. The next stage is testing the hypothesis if a hypothesis was formulated earlier. Statistical methods are used to determine whether the collected evidence supports or rejects the hypothesis. For example, if a hypothesis predicts a positive relationship between study time and academic achievement, statistical tests help determine whether this relationship is significant. After interpreting the finding, the researcher reaches the stage of drawing conclusions. Conclusions summarize the major findings of the study and provide answers to the research question. Conclusions should be based entirely on evidence rather than personal opinion. They represent the final understanding gained through the research process. In many studies, researchers also make recommendations. Recommendations suggest actions, improvements, or future research directions based on the finding. For example, if research indicates that interactive teaching methods improve student engagement, the researcher may recommend that schools adopt such methods. Recommendations help transform research findings into practical application. Final step is report writing and presentation of findings. Research is valuable only when its findings are communicated effectively. Therefore, researchers prepare a research report that describes the problem, objectives, methodology, analysis, findings, conclusions, and recommendations. A well-written report allows other researchers, policymakers, educators, and practitioners to benefit from the study. Research reports may be published as journal articles, theses, dissertation, books, or conference. It is important to understand that the research process is not always perfectly linear. Sometimes researchers may revisit earlier stages. For example, while reviewing literature, a researcher may refine the research question. During data analysis, additional information may be required. Therefore, research is often a flexible and dynamic process rather than a rigid sequence of steps. Conclude, the research process consists of several interconnected stages, including identifying a research problem, reviewing literature, formulating objectives and hypotheses, designing the study, selecting a sample, collecting data, organizing and analyzing information, interpreting findings, drawing conclusions, making recommendations, and preparing the final report. Each stage contributes to the overall quality and credibility of the research by following these systematic steps. Thank you, scholars. In the next lecture, we will discuss research problem, research question, and hypothesis, and learn how researchers identify a good research problem and develop meaningful hypotheses for scientific investigation.